So first chapter, that is introduction about CAD CAM. In this chapter, you are going to study introduction about CAD CAM and its role in production design and development cycles, CAD CAM system and its evaluation criteria, CAD CAM input and output devices, display devices. What do you understand about input and output devices? We use keyboards, we use mouse, we use scanners to input some data to the computers. These comes under the input devices. You display whatever is being typed with the help of keyboard is displayed on your monitor. It acts as an output device. You take a printout of anything that you have done, some task or some project, then printer is also an output device. So we are going to study about the input and output devices and display devices in CAD CAM. Now then, graphic packages, graphic standards, and application area of CAD. What are the where you can use this CAD? We're going to study that also. Then second chapter, that will be geometric modeling, need and type of geometric modeling. Basically, it is CAD part of the syllabus. Geometric modeling is when you draw something, it will be visible on the screen like wireframe or surface or a solid. So we will study about these. What is a wireframe model? What is surface model? And what is solid model? And geometric modeling techniques, the boundary representation, BREP in the short form. It is read as BREP and full form is boundary representation. Then another technique is constructive solid geometry, CSG. We are going to study that in detail when this chapter will come. Parametric modeling technique, concept of hidden line removal, shading. Hidden line removal, those lines which are not visible from the front are to be hidden, to be shown hidden, and you can remove those. Shading is to be done. Then mechanical assembly and kinematic analysis and simulation. This is going to be studied in geometric modeling. Then third chapter, representation of curves and surfaces. This is the most difficult part of the syllabus. When you talk about curves and surfaces, and this parametric representation of hermetic cubic curve, Bezier curve, and uniform and non-uniform B-spline curve. These are some of the difficult. This is one of the difficult chapter of the syllabus, in which you are going to study about the curves that is to be generated. Random curves, you can draw a circle, you can draw a rectangle, you can draw a triangle also. But if you talk about some random shapes, a curve, any shape, then you have to use this hermetic cubic curve, Bezier curve, and B-spline curve for the generation of non-uniform shapes. So this is the chapter that deals with the representation of curves that are not fixed. Like you can draw semicircle, you can draw circle, you can draw triangle, rectangle, and all that. But if you talk about some curve, you have to use this cubic curve, Bezier curves, or B-spline curve. And after this, the next chapter, fourth chapter is geometric transformation. It is basically whatever you use as a mirror image, mirror command, you use that copy command, we use uh, zoom in and zoom out. How it is done? It is with the help of geometric transformation. So in this we are going to study about the translation, scaling. Scaling is when you increase or decrease the size of the particular diagram that you have drawn. Mirror image, when you try to create a mirror image of something. Then concatenation of transformation. When you combine two or more than two transformation, it is called concatenation, transformation matrix. And ultimately, you have to study the application of geometric transformation. Next chapter is finite element method of overview. This is the overview of finite element method of chapter. And this we are going to study about the analysis part. In earlier part, we have studied about how to draw something, how to change something, how to use this curves, how to use geometric transformation from one shape to another shape. But finite element method is the design part. When you draw something, suppose you draw a bar, you draw something, suppose you draw that screw jack, and then you want to analyze that for stresses, what type of stresses we are going to undergo. So this particular chapter will tell you how to analyze that, how to uh, do different, how many different softwares are there for analysis of a particular design that you have created. So this is finite element method. This is the basic method that is being used for and design analysis, right? Up to this is the design part of computer-aided design part of your syllabus. From NC, CNC, DNC machine tools, this is the second part of your syllabus in which you study about the manufacturing part, right? In this, we will study about CNC machines, DNC machines, and NC machines. The starting was from NC machine. It is having some different components. Then slowly we have moved to CNC. Then we have moved to DNC also. So this is all about CNC, NC, and DNC. After you have completed this, after that, when this chapter is completed, we will study about this NC, CNC, DNC, detail of that, what type of machine can be done on CNC machines and how it works. Uh, then after completing this, you are going to move to CNC part programming, right? The programming of a CNC machine. In this, we will explain you the basic format of this program and not a detailed programming. Basic programming format will be explained to you, and some basic programs will be told to you in this particular. Then group technology. Group technology is basically a technology in which we classify similar products into particular part families and we manufacture them under one roof. And having different shapes, we classify them to other part family and manufacture in some other workshop and so on. So this is group technology. We will discuss this in detail in this chapter, group technology. Then computer-aided process planning, introduction benefit of CAP, PP. When you talk about process planning, as we have, as this is the first process that you are going to study about. This process planning is when you want to manufacture something. There are different types of processes that is to be done on that particular. Suppose you want to manufacture a nut tool. So first of all, you will take mild steel and you cut it from edges with the help of some turning machine. Then you will uh, drill a hole inside. Then you cut threads inside. So there are three different operations. First, you have to make the edges, then uh, drill it a hole inside. Then you have to thread it from inside. So this is a processes, three different processes that is to be done on a particular nut. So computer-aided process planning will decide which operation has to be done prior to what. कौन सा ऑपरेशन पहले होना चाहिए, कौन सा बाद में होना चाहिए. So with the help of CAPP, we will decide which operation will be done earlier and which operation will be done afterwards. So computer will tell us about that. So this is computer-aided process planning, then computer integrated manufacturing system. So we are going to integrate different systems with the help of some computers. Like we will have, we will discuss this in flexible manufacturing system. What is flexible manufacturing system? Types of flexibility, layout consideration, and benefits of flexible manufacturing system. So this is your syllabus. I think 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 chapters are there. So all very small chapters. We can complete that in 2 hours. Each chapter will take around 2 hours. So it will almost take around 10 days to complete your syllabus maximum. So Now, the definition of CAD/CAM. CAD/CAM means computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. As I have told you earlier, it has two parts. The syllabus is divided into two parts: computer-aided design and computer-aided manufacturing. So it is the technology concerned with the use of digital computers to perform certain functions of design and manufacturing. Basically, computer-aided means with the help of computers. With the help of computers, designing, with the help of computers, manufacturing. So CAD can be defined as the use of computer system to create, modify, analyze, and modify and optimize an engineering design. Is called computer-aided design. So different components, computer system configuration. It is having some CAD hardware, that is like mouse, keyboard, and all that. A computer system and CAD software. CAD software is AutoCAD software, Pro E, CATIA, and all that. These comes under the CAD software. Right? The definition of CAD is CAD can be defined as the use of computer system to create, modify, analyze, or optimize an engineering design. अब इसको अगर हिंदी में समझाऊं, किसी चीज को बनाना, उसको मॉडिफाई करना, फिर उसके ऊपर एनालिसिस करना. एनालिसिस यानी कि देन चेकिंग कि अगर यहाँ पे इतना स्ट्रेस लगेगा तो कितना स्ट्रेन प्रोड्यूस होगा, वेदर इज गोइंग टू ब्रेक फ्रॉम दैट पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट और नॉट. देन अगर वो ब्रेक हो रहा है तो उसको ऑप्टिमाइज करना है. अगेन सम चेंजेस ऑन द डिजाइन. ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इज अगेन चेंजिंग सम डिजाइन टू मेक इट feasible product. I think it is clear to you. Now CAM can be defined as the use of computer system to plan, manage, and control the operation of manufacturing plant through either direct or indirect computer interface with the plant production resources. Basically, this CAM is when you use computers to plan, manage, and control the operation of a manufacturing plant. अब lathe machine है, we use human efforts to attach a job, then we center that part, then we take into account the speed by our own, how much speed that tool should move, how much speed that job should rotate. If you use computers to manage all these processes, how much speed is to be taken, and how much rotational speed is there, and managing the control process, whether that particular point or whether that particular tool or that workpiece is being heated up or not. If it is getting heated up, then you have to use that coolant also. That is with the help of computer. Computer will automatically on that coolant if the processes or that particular job is being heated up. So this is controlling the operations of manufacturing plant through either direct or indirect computer interface. So the application of CAM falls into two broad categories: computer monitoring and control, manufacturing support application. Now CAM is further divided into two parts. One is computer monitoring and control. Computer monitoring and control is we give a design to the computer that this has to be manufactured from say 1 centimeter to 5 centimeters. The diameter should be say 30 mm. The diameter should be 30 mm. Then computer will monitor that the command is from 1 centimeter to 5 centimeter, that diameter should be 30 mm. And it will keep on checking that whether that particular thing is achieved or not. If it is not achieved, then the process will continue, and when it is achieved, that controlling process will stop the process over there. Then manufacturing support application is like coolant on and coolant off. When coolant is to be on or off, then outside manufacturing operations, like when you talk about computer-aided manufacturing, we will plan the different processes, particular processes that is to be done on a job to manufacture. Like, as I have given you an example of a nut, its side has to be flattened up, and it has to be drilled, and thread is to be maintained. There's three different operations to be done on particular nut. So manufacturing sport application is how to manage those processes, which process is to be done earlier, and then which process is to be done afterwards. Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, computer monitoring and control. These are the direct application in which computer is connected directly to the manufacturing process for the purpose of monitoring and control the process. Computer monitoring and control can be separated into monitoring application and control application. Computer process monitoring. It involves the direct computer interface with the manufacturing process to observe the process and associated equipment, collect data from the process. There is one thing is monitoring, and another one is control, controlling that out. Monitoring is just observing what is happening. Monitoring is just observing what is happening. That the tool has reached from 1 centimeter to 5 centimeter, but it will not control it. Stop. It is up to this only. It will keep on monitoring that turning process has now reached from 1 centimeter to 5 centimeter, but it will not control. There is a process. One is computer process monitoring. It will keep on monitoring what is happening. Then control, computer process control. And it will monitor. Once it is monitored, then controlling process will stop that, or it will give other instruction to move the diameter from other place and so on. Monitoring is just to observe, and controlling is to control the process according to the design or process data. So this is just see computer process. It is just observing the process. In case of monitoring, that process data is being received and it is giving control signals to stop it or not. So these are the two functions that computer monitoring and control process is being taken up. Manufacturing support applications. So manufacturing support application, these are the indirect application in which the computer is used in support of production operation in the plant, but there is no direct interface between the computer and the manufacturing process. This is the indirect application in which the computer is used to support the function, support of the production operation in the plant, but no direct interface between the computer and the manufacturing. Their computer serves a support role in the manufacturing operation and is used offline to provide plans, schedule, forecast, instruction, and information by which the firm production resources can be managed more effectively. As I have told you that manufacturing support application is like computer-aided process planning, then group technology, then giving it a scheduler. Uh, Suppose you need to produce 100 parts per day, giving schedule it. We should produce at least 10 parts per hour, or say 15 parts per hour. Like forecasting, like if you are having some plans for expansion, forecasting that plan, and like processes, which process is to be done earlier and which process is to be done later on, and so on. So this is the use of computer for manufacturing support application. Computer uh, and manufacturing operation, it is processing the data and controlling the signals also. Now product cycle and in CAD/CAM, product cycle. It is very important. So I will explain this product life cycle. Product life cycle बोलते हैं, यहाँ product cycle बोलेंगे. Product life cycle. When you talk about product life cycle, this is how to generate a product. कोई product बनाना है तो कैसे होगा वो? How to start a concept? कहाँ से शुरू होगा product? When you talk about some product, suppose we want to manufacture something. Let us talk about some sanitizer pump. You want to manufacture a sanitizer pump, then if you think first, what is to be manufactured. If I want to open an industry or factory, what should be manufactured in that? The first thing is, तो पहले सोचना है कि क्या बनाना क्या है हमें, उस प्रोडक्ट का कंसेप्ट आना चाहिए आपके दिमाग में. तो स्टार्टिंग विल बी फ्रॉम दिस प्रोडक्ट कॉन्सेप्ट. आर यू एबल टू सी माय कर्सर?
Yes, sir.
तो पहली चीज है, कोई चीज बनानी है तो उसका प्रोडक्ट का कॉन्सेप्ट आपके दिमाग में होना चाहिए कि ये बनाना है, ठीक है. देन प्रोडक्ट कंसेप्ट आपके दिमाग में आ गया, राइट. इट डिपेंड्स ऑन द कस्टमर नीड्स, डिपेंड्स ऑन द कस्टमर नीड. तो प्रोडक्ट कंसेप्ट आपके दिमाग में आ गया. देन उसके बारे में सोचना कि इसके लिए क्या क्या चाहिए होगा. what else we need from for this a product has. If you talk about that sanitizer pump, what type of operations can be done on that, right? So how it should look like, उसके बारे में प्रोडक्ट कंसेप्ट के अंदर ही सोचो. Once you have given a thought of the product, you have got a concept of the product, then you will start designing that product. Designing is on the computer. You use AutoCAD softwares, or you can even use engineering drawing sheets to draw that product. Ultimately, you will design that for the stress analysis and all that. And design engineering will come into effect. You will in design engineering you will find that one spring is required when you're talking about the pump. Design engineering may you will think about different parts of that product. Then drafting is then drawing that and on your sheet or on your PC computer. Once you have drafted that, that draft will be sent to the process planning department. Process planning department will look into that product and will gather information, what operation is to be done, what different types of operation can be done on that particular part. Then they will make a sequence of operations, which is operation is to be done earlier, which operation is to be done afterwards, right? Once you have uh, maintained a process planning, then process planning will give idea to the management that there is a requirement of new tooling or some equipment if required, right? If you want some new fixtures, you want some new tooling. So if you talk about that sanitizer pump, if you want to label that, you need some other equipment for that. You need some fixtures, jigs and fixtures for holding that device. You will give instructions to the management that just these new equipments are required. And after process planning, you will schedule that production. We will forecast that what production is required, how many products per month is required. Then production scheduling is per day production. You will schedule that on first day you need to manufacture that much product, then second day you need to produce that much product. Once you have scheduled that production, then it will go on for actual production. That the process will go for actual production. Production will start and manufacturing will happen. Then after that product is manufactured, then after production, that product will be checked for qualities. It will be checked for quality control. Once its quality is okay, then it will reach the market and to the customer. Again, you will receive some feedbacks from the customers and the market. Again, that product will be changed if required. And this is the cycle of to produce a product, right? So this is product life cycle. Now, same product life cycle with the help of some computers. If you talk about this product life cycle, this is a general product life cycle without the use of computers. If you use computers for product life cycle, the cycle will look like this. right? Now I'm going to explain this also. The again, it will start from product concept, the concept of the product, right? The starting of a cycle is from product concept. Product concept is what do you want to manufacture? If you have some idea, then you can manufacture that. First of all, things that is to be manufactured has to be come into your mind that if you want to start some startup as a manufacturing unit, you want to start some manufacturing unit, then what will you manufacture? Whether it is in demand or not. First, that concept should be in your mind. Product concept should be in your mind. Then once you have get a concept uh, in your mind, then you will start thinking what different design requirements are there. What different design requirements are there? Like if you talk about that sanitizer pump, one spring is there, then one handle is there. Uh, then when you push downwards, the liquids come out, the sanitizer comes out, so on, like that. You talk about engineering point of view, engineering design. You get the concept from with the help of computer. Then once you have get got the concept of that, then you start drafting that. You will start drafting with the help of computer. यानी कि you will start use AutoCAD to draft that particular object. AutoCAD is computer aided drafting. With the help of computers, you will draft that. Drafting is just to draw that, right? Once you have drafted that, then you will use computer aided process planning. You use computers to plan the processes. Plan the processes is which process is to be done earlier and which process is to be done afterwards. कौन सा प्रोसेस पहले होगा कौन सा बाद में होगा. जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जांपल दी थी नट की, वैसे ही कोई भी प्रोडक्ट बनाना है उसके ऊपर टर्निंग होनी है, ड्रिलिंग होनी है, देन फेसिंग होनी है या और ऑपरेशंस होने हैं, वेल्डिंग होनी है. तो कौन से ऑपरेशन पहले होंगे कौन से बाद में होंगे, दैट इज बीइंग डिसाइडेड विद द हेल्प ऑफ कंप्यूटर एडेड प्रोसेस प्लानिंग, राइट. Then scheduling, production scheduling, per day how much production is required. You use computerized scheduling, MRP shop floor control, right? Computerized scheduling is there. You use computer for scheduling that per day production. Like when you get booking from different car agencies all over the India, you will get a fake number that this much number is required on that day. When you get a booking, you get a number that you have to produce this much of car for that particular day. So you have to change that production accordingly. Then actual production is there. There's process planning. After process planning, you can ask for some new equipments and tooling if required. Then actual production. Once the production is started, then you will computer control robots, machine, etc. For production, you can use robotic welding arms and computerized that use of conveyor belts and all that. That will help in production. Then quality control. Then you can use computer for dimensional analysis. When you can manufacture a sport a particular product, that can be put in a scanner for its actual dimension that is required and the produced one. Then they will compare it whether that dimensions are equal or not. This is quality control. After that quality control is complete, we have checked the quality of that product. Finally, it will go to the market and then customers. There will be a customer feedback that this product will be better if it is done like this. The feedback of customer is again taken as a product concept, and that type of induction is there in the design. There is changes in the design. Again, that process will keep on continuing. As it is, uh, there is no department that is sitting idle in industry. Like if Honda has manufactured something, the process is continuous. You get some feedback from the customer, and you keep on changing that accordingly. So this is all about the use of computers in product cycle. So this was a product life cycle with the help of computer. Now computer technology, different parts. The central and essential ingredient of CAD CAM is digital computer. So कंप्यूटर एडेड डिजाइन और कंप्यूटर एडेड मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए मेन कंपोनेंट कौन सा रहेगा? कंप्यूटर, पीसी. व्हेन यू टॉक अबाउट, सम ऑफ यू आर आस्किंग मी, वी डोंट हैव कंप्यूटर, हाउ कैन वी डू दैट? तो कंप्यूटर इज द मेन पार्ट ऑफ कैड कैम. तो अगर आप कंप्यूटर नहीं है आपके पास, तो यू कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग आउट ऑफ इट. विदाउट कंप्यूटर्स नथिंग कैन बी डन. You can have a computer that is available in our college that can be used for that. Modern digital computer is an electronic machine that can perform mathematical logical calculation data processing function in accordance with a predetermined program of instruction. So this is a basic definition of a computer. When you reach third or fourth class of uh, third and fourth class, this this definition is particularly taught in that third fourth class. तो ये कंप्यूटर की definition है. The modern digital computer is an electronic device that performs mathematical function, जो mathematical के काम करते हैं और logical functions देते हैं और डाटा को प्रोसेस करते हैं with the program and of instruction. So आगे there are three basic hardware component of general purpose digital computer. तो कंप्यूटर के तीन पार्ट्स होंगे. One is CPU, another one is memory, and the third one is input and output device. सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट है जहाँ पे सारा डाटा प्रोसेस होता है, उसको सेंट्रल प्रोसेसिंग यूनिट बोलते हैं, सीपीयू. देन मेमोरी, जहाँ पे हम अगर ए भी लिख रहे हैं जहाँ के सेव हो रहा है, दैट इज मेमोरी ऑफ दैट कंप्यूटर, राइट. आप एक मूवी डाल रहे हैं, मूवी कहाँ सेव हो रही है? मेमोरी ऑफ द कंप्यूटर. देन इनपुट एंड आउटपुट है, आप मेरे को देख पा रहे हैं, दैट इज एन आउटपुट ऑफ दैट मोबाइल और पीसी, वी आर यूजिंग पीसी. एंड मैं बोल पा रहा हूँ, right? This particular is taking as input that is available as an output to you, right? मैं बोल पा रहा हूँ, आपको सुन पा रहा है. That input is being processed in the CPU and it is transferred to you, right? And as an output that is available in your ears. Speakers act as an output. Speakers act as an output. Mic act as an input, right? Input and output devices. So this is the diagram. CPU. This is the CPU, central processing unit. It has to do two types of work: control unit and arithmetical logic unit. कंट्रोल क्या करता है? वो कहाँ से लेके कहाँ तक टर्निंग होनी है, उसको कंट्रोल करके रखना है, आगे नहीं जाने देना. आफ्टर सपोज 1 to 5 सेंटीमीटर टर्निंग होनी है, तो 5 के बाद वो कट कर देगा, उसको कंट्रोल करेगा, उसको इससे आगे नहीं जाना है, ठीक है. लॉजिकल यूनिट, वही add 5 plus 3, it is calculating, giving value 8. Arithmetical logical unit, yeah, calculation part. Then you have this input and output devices. Input and output, मैंने अभी आपको input and output की एग्जांपल दी. इनपुट है माउस के थ्रू आप इनपुट दे रहे हैं, मैं घुमा रहा हूँ, यहाँ पे क्लिक करूंगा तो यहाँ से इनपुट हो जाएगी, यहाँ पे क्लिक करूंगा तो यहाँ से इनपुट हो जाएगी. कीबोर्ड है, कुछ भी लिखता हूँ तो टाइप हो जाता है, दैट इज ऑल्सो एन इनपुट डिवाइस. मैं देख पा रहा हूँ आप कौन कौन मेरी स्क्रीन पे आ रहा है, हरीश आ रहा है, आशुतोष आ रहा है, अमरवीर आ रहा है. तो दिस इज एन आउटपुट डिवाइस. जो स्क्रीन मेरे को दिख रही है, दैट इज एन आउटपुट डिवाइस. ये इसकी आउटपुट है कंप्यूटर की. मेमोरी क्या है इसकी? मैं इस जो लेक्चर है इसको सेव कर रहा हूँ, रिकॉर्ड कर रहा हूँ, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी सेव्ड इन द कंप्यूटर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ इन इट्स मेमोरी में जाएगा. So this is peripheral device, reader, printer, etc. or mass memory. So this is some of the hardware, or this is the basic hardware component of digital computers. The fundamentals of CAD. Modern CAD systems are based on interactive computer graphics, ICD, short form. Interactive, you can sometimes, when I press for recording, it tells recording is started. तो इंटरेक्टिव हो गया हमारा कंप्यूटर, इंटरेक्टिव हो चुका है, बात करता है हमारे साथ, राइट. ICG is a system in which computer is used to create, transform, display data in the form of pictures or symbols. तो ICG क्या है, इंटरेक्टिव कंप्यूटर ग्राफिक्स क्या है, जिसके अंदर हम कोई चीज़ बना सकते हैं, क्रिएट कर सकते हैं, ट्रांसफॉर्म कर सकते हैं। हमने स्केयर बनाया 5x5 का, देन वी ट्रांसफॉर्म इनटू 10x10 just by given dimension. That sphere can be transformed from 5 5 5 length and 5 breadth to 10 breadth and 10 width, so on, and that can be displayed in the screen also. The designer performs the portion of design process that is most suitable to human intellect: conceptualization, independent thinking, whereas the computer performs the task best suited to its capability: speed of calculation, visual display, storage of data. तो कुछ चीजें हैं जो हम खुद ही कर सकते हैं, ठीक है। तो that the process that can be done better with the help of humans, वो वो इंटेलेक्चुअल काम होंगे जो कंप्यूटर ज़्यादा अच्छे तरीके से कर सकता है। हमने कोई भी लंबी सी वैल्यू डाली, प्लस करके डाला, वो इमीडिएटली देता है। तो दैट कैलकुलेशन कैन बी डन इन अ स्पीड, और जल्दी कर सकते हैं विद हेल्प ऑफ कंप्यूटर। जो डिस्प्ले है वो ज़्यादा अच्छा बेटर हमें दिख सकता है विद हेल्प ऑफ कंप्यूटर। हम डाटा को कितना ज़्यादा स्टोर कर सकते हैं, हम कई सारी बुक्स एक कंप्यूटर के अंदर सेव कर सकते हैं, दैट कैन नॉट बी सेव्ड इन आवर माइंड, एंड रिजल्टिंग सिस्टम एक्सीड्स द सम ऑफ इट्स कंपोनेंट्स. So fundamental reason for implementing CAD system, why we use CAD, the reasons are it increases the productivity of the designer. Designer जो अगर हम suppose एक चीज़ बना रहे हैं, उसको शीट के ऊपर बनाएंगे, A4 शीट के ऊपर बनाएंगे, तो उसको हो सकता है 2 दिन लग जाए। और अगर आप कंप्यूटर के साथ यूज कर रहे हैं कंप्यूटर को, उसके साथ यू कैन डन एंड डू इट इन अ लेसर टाइम, और कम टाइम में ज़्यादा अच्छा कर सकते हैं। एंड द इम्प्रूव्ड क्वालिटी ऑफ द डिज़ाइनर, आप अगर डिज़ाइन बनाएंगे तो देर इज अ चांसेस दैट उसकी क्वालिटी इतनी अच्छी नहीं होगी। आप एक हफ्ता एक शीट के ऊपर काम करेंगे तो वो शीट भी खराब हो जाएगी विद द टाइम, और उसकी जो क्वालिटी रह जाएगी वो भी खराब हो जाएगी। टू इम्प्रूव कम्युनिकेशन, कम्युनिकेशन क्या है, कोई चीज़ हमसे गलत बन गई, बट वी हैव टू डू इज इरेज दैट, उससे भी शीट खराब होती है। कम्युनिकेशन, आप कोई नई चीज़ ऐड करना चाहते हैं, उसके साथ वो जल्दी ऐड हो जाएगी। टू क्रिएट डाटाबेस बेस फॉर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, डाटाबेस क्या है, मैंने एक नट बनाया है, उसका डायमीटर 5 था, उसका एक डाटाबेस बन गया, पहले बनाया हमने। अब हमारे पास नई डिमांड आई है, हमने नट बनाना है 10 mm का, पहले 5 का बनाया, अब 10 का बनाना है। वो डाटाबेस उठाएंगे, उसके अंदर जहाँ पे वैल्यूज 5 थी, यू विल जस्ट चेंज वैल्यू टू 10, यू विल गेट अ न्यू नेट, राइट। डाटाबेस बन जाना, क्रिएट अ डाटाबेस, डाटाबेस बनता जाता, सेव होता जाता है हमारे पास डिजाइन इन द कंप्यूटर, राइट। This is the design process in CAD, very important. This is the flow chart for design process. It is an iterative procedure given by Shigley for designing something. It consists of 6 identifiable phases. तो ये इसके 6 फेज होते हैं किसी चीज को डिजाइन करने के लिए। Just keep it in your mind. Design process, sometimes ask in your final exams also. Explain the design process in detail. So 6 steps are there: recognition of need and definition of the problem, synthesis, analysis and optimization, valuation and presentation. तो ये 6 स्टेप्स होते हैं किसी चीज को बनाने में, राइट। रिकॉग्निशन ऑफ द नीड, रिकॉग्निशन ऑफ द नीड, जैसे मैंने प्रोडक्ट साइकिल में बताया था, किसी चीज का कंसेप्ट आपके दिमाग में पहले आना चाहिए, ये बनाना क्या है। अगर मैं कोई दुकान भी खोलना चाहता हूँ, किस चीज की दुकान खोलूंगा, ठीक है। इफ यू वांट टू मैन्युफैक्चर समथिंग, what should be manufactured? So recognition of the need in the market. Some in 2020, many people started manufacturing that sanitizer. That was a need of the that was the need of the market. More sanitizer was required, so this is the need of the market, and they recognize that need, and they started manufacturing that. Similarly, some of the people start manufacturing that mask. That was the need of the market in 2020 March onwards. So whatever is needed, उसको recognize करना है. First step is to recognize that what is required, what is to be manufactured. Right? First step is that. Then definition of the problem. अब if you talk about mask, if you talk about sanitizer pump, क्या क्या इसके अंदर क्या क्या होना चाहिए? Just think sanitizer. It should have a pump. If you press that pedal, the sanitizer should come out. And similarly, a mask should be capable to cover your face and nose altogether, and it should be of at least 3 ply, 4 ply, 5 ply, 6 layers, 3 layer, minimum 3 layers, and so on. The definition of the problem is it should look like that. What should it have? इसके अंदर क्या क्या होना चाहिए? डेफिनेशन में ये है. अगर हमने कुछ सोच लिया है कि ये बनाना है, अब उसके अंदर क्या क्या होना चाहिए? द डेफिनेशन ऑफ दैट प्रॉब्लम. हमने सोचा हमें मास्क बनाना है. यू शुड मैन्युफैक्चर मास्क. It should be of 3 ply and it should be capable to cover the nose and mouth altogether, right? These are some of the, for say turbinators, जो turbines बांधते हैं, it should be able to tie from the top, and those who don't tie turbine, it should be capable to tie at the back of the ears. Such type of definitions should be given to the computers, right? फर्स्ट इज रिकॉग्निशन ऑफ द नीड. व्हाट इज टू बी मैन्युफैक्चर, उसको सोचना है क्या बनाना है, वो सोच लेना है. देन डेफिनेशन ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम. व्हाट इज टू बी द यू शुड डिफाइन दैट प्रोडक्ट, कि कैसा प्रोडक्ट होना कैसा चाहिए प्रोडक्ट में. ठीक है. उसके बाद यू विल स्टार्ट सिंथेसिंग, यू शुड स्टार्ट डिजाइनिंग दैट. उसको डिजाइन करना शुरू करेंगे. कहाँ से क्या चीज लेनी, कहाँ से क्या होगा, वो सिंथेसिस शुरू करेंगे, उसका डिजाइन प्रोसेस शुरू करेंगे. डिजाइन बन गया, सिंथेसिस हो गया, बन गया वो. वंस यू हैव मेड दैट, यू विल स्टार्ट एनालाइजिंग दैट. यू विल स्टार्ट, और आप उसको प्रोटोटाइप बनाएंगे. उसको आप एनिमेट करके देखेंगे कि जो हमने सोचा था क्या वही चीज बन गई. एनालिसिस करना. If there is some problem, analysis, on another words, you can analyze with the help of some stress calculation part. जैसे FEA की बात कर रहे थे, finite element method यूज कर सकते हैं. If you are talking about someone things that is related to mechanical engineering, हमने कोई crane hook बनाई है, उसके ऊपर stress analysis करेंगे कि whether it can break or not. If it is prone to breakage, then again it will go to synthesis. Then we will change the design again. डिजाइन यहाँ से एनालिसिस होने के बाद ये सिंथेसिस पे जाएगा, दोबारा से डिजाइन चेंज होगा. अगर हमें लग रहा है कि प्रोडक्ट हमारा टूट सकता है एनालिसिस के अंदर, उसको फिर सिंथेसिस के अंदर लेके जाएंगे. तो वहाँ पे या तो मटेरियल चेंज करेंगे या उसकी थिकनेस बढ़ाएंगे, पर्टिकुलर जहाँ से ब्रेक हो रहा है, सो ऑन टिल द डेफिनेशन इज अचीव. डेफिनेशन जो हमने दी थी ऐसा होना चाहिए प्रोडक्ट हमारा, वो चीज कर सके. तो जब तक डेफिनेशन हमारी कंप्लीटली सेटिस्फाइड नहीं हो जाती, तब तक हम एनालाइज करते रहेंगे और सिंथेसिस करते रहेंगे, जब तक डेफिनेशन क्लियर नहीं हो जाती, जब तक ऑप्टिमाइज नहीं हो जाता. ऑप्टिमाइजेशन इज टिल दैट द डेफिनेशन दैट वी हैव क्रिएटेड, ये काम कर सके हमारा जो प्रोडक्ट है, तो उसकी डेफिनेशन के अंदर जो हमने लिखा है वो जब तक अचीव नहीं हो जाता, तब तक उसकी सिंथेसिस होती जाएगी और एनालिसिस होता रहेगा till it is optimized. Finally, it is evaluation. Its evaluation is done. Okay, how much we are close to that, to the definition of that problem, and then final it is presented. Presentation has been done और उसको AutoCAD के ऊपर draw कर दिया जाता है finally. So this is the design process. If you have any question, you can ask me. So this is the design process. Let's move ahead. Some of the important capabilities of CAD. Capabilities क्या क्या capabilities होनी चाहिए CAD के अंदर. Presentation. एक ऑटोकैड सॉफ्टवेयर की बात कर रहे हैं तो उसके अंदर कौन सी कैपेबिलिटीज होनी चाहिए कैड सॉफ्टवेयर के अंदर? इट शुड बी एबल टू प्रेजेंट। प्रेजेंट क्या होता है? You can create a fine drawing with the presentation symbols and text style. You can use CAD program to make
सर
on-screen presentation. Anyone want to say
सर एक
something?
सॉफ्टवेयर में जो मर्जी सर हम उसमें सर और 2D और 3D जो मर्जी हम सर बना सकते हैं और उसकी कैपेबिलिटी होनी चाहिए।
हाँ, right. तो presentation पहली first thing is presentation. Whatever you have made, suppose it should be capable के this particular part is this much. It should be capable of writing something. That if you are talking about screw jack, this is the Tommy bar of this is the main body, this is the cup of that, so on. You can dimension that कि यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक की dimension इतनी है. It should be capable of giving dimensions. It should be capable of giving symbols. Like if you cut section of particular part, so hatching should be able to hatch that particular part. So this is the presentation of particular drawing. तो अच्छी presentation वाला AutoCAD software होना चाहिए या CAD software होना चाहिए. Flexibility in editing. Whatever you have made it, once you have made something, जैसे as I have told you earlier also that first you made a draft, you made a drawing, then it goes for designing process. Once you design, always there is some areas those are weak, so those areas can be changed only if that particular software that you are using is capable of or allow you to change the drawing accordingly. So that flexibility in editing is you can change the drawing anytime और कैसे भी तरीके से आप उस drawing को change कर सकें. This is the flexibility in editing. CAD provides the flexibility to make quick alteration to the drawing. Some of the editing capabilities are such as move, copy drawing elements, or enlarge, reduce size of the drawing, make multiple copies of the drawing. So these are some of the capabilities. You can change the size of the drawing by enlarging or reducing the size. You can copy a same product in a number of places, and then you can change the units or measurements also. Then the third is units and accuracy. Units and accuracy. Sometimes you want to make a top view and front view of some of your house. Say, so generally the house is in yards or it is in feet and inches. Otherwise, you use centimeters and meters and kilometers. So that AutoCAD software should have number of units that can be changed according to the requirement of the user. You want to use inches, feet, and say yards, and if you want to use centimeters, meters, and kilometers, it should be capable of using any type of units that are available. So CAD program allows you to work with great accuracy. You can also work with different units of measurement. I think you are clear with the unit that you are using. Unit is either you use feet and inches, or either you use meters, centimeters, and kilometers, and so on. So these are some of the units that you can use. Then storage and access of the drawing. If you draw some drawing, and it should be easily stored or can be saved in your computer. वो easily save हो जाए, or when it is required, it can be generated and it can be opened also. So this is storage and access of drawing. This is the capability that is required in a particular CAD software. तो CAD software कैसा होना चाहिए? एक तो उसके अंदर पहली चीज प्रेजेंटेशन, क्लियर प्रेजेंटेशन होनी चाहिए. ये this map is of this particular person. तो नेम लिखने के कैपेबल हो, यूनिट्स लिखने के कैपेबल हो. You are making a map of your house. This particular room is from this to this is having this dimension, this dimension. This drawing room is of this and this dimension. and this your porches of this and this dimension. So it should be capable of giving you the dimensions also, right? And it should be capable that you write that this is your drawing room. You should be capable to write drawing room in the center of that, so on. So this is the presentation of a particular drawing. Then flexibility in editing. When you draw something, it needs editing also. When you draw something on your sheet also, you have to erase that and draw it to different extent. Similarly, in or CAD software also, it should be capable of editing if required. You can erase anything and draw something new out of it, so on. Then units and accuracy, you can use any types of unit, either inches, feet, and yards. On other hand, you can use mm, centimeters, meters, and kilometers, etc. Storage and access, you can store a particular drawing in your computer, and whenever it is required, you can access that drawing. You can open that drawing whenever it is required to change or take a printout of that, and so on. Sharing CAD drawing. I have made a drawing, and I can share it with all of you just by sending you in a mail. So it should be capable of a drawing should be capable of sharing also. This is accomplished by connecting different computers by networking also. तो अगर हम एक कंप्यूटर 5 कंप्यूटर्स को नेटवर्किंग के साथ जोड़ दें तो एक ही ड्राइंग के ऊपर 5 जने काम कर सकते हैं, एंड सो ऑन. Project reporting. Once you have completed the project, once you have made the drawing, it should be capable of making the project report also. Engineering analysis. आपने ड्राइंग बना ली, उसके ऊपर एनालिसिस होने वाले हैं. स्ट्रेस एनालिसिस हो सकते हैं, हीट अफेक्टेड जोन्स निकल सकते हैं. A number of engineering analysis can be done on that, right? Then computer aided manufacturing. Then CAD software जो है वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग के लिए भी हमें कोलैबोरेट कर सके. जो ड्राइंग और डिज़ाइन हमने बनाया वो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग यूनिट भी एक्सेप्ट कर ले. CAM is a common method of manufacturing used by large corporations. These system imports CAD drawing into CAM program. तो CAD drawing को CAD program के अंदर कन्वर्ट किया जाता है सीधा automatically with the help of computers. So this is the 8 capabilities of CAD. So this is the image that represents. This was the drawing that was done earlier, जो पहले बनाई जाती थी शीट के ऊपर. जो हमारा ड्राइंग हॉल है वहाँ पे हम ड्राइंग इस तरीके के साथ सिखाते हैं. The students has to draw like this, but today this is the image of AutoCAD drawing or drawing using CAD softwares. So this is the change that is the requirement of the system or the universe, and this is all about the subject. What we want to change in you is we want to change your image from this position to this position. We want you to draw something not like this, like this, with the help of CAD software.